Hello, I'm Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy. And I double-checked the sound this morning. Yeah. Anyway, if you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for daily updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. Thanks for joining us on our keto journey.
It is so much easier to do the live stream with the camera set up and everything.
Yeah, it is.
You just show up and clip on the microphone and say, ta-da!
Da-da-da.
I did have to hook up the live stream to the correct one. But anyway, welcome everybody. Debbie's on.
Hi, Debbie.
Sonia says hi, everyone.
Sonia.
All the events meeting is on as well. So is Lori and Lynette from the totally awesome Keto Chow storefront.
Yeah.
Jerry says good morning. Heath is on as well. Susan says good morning. Deanne says, hey, they're having pistachio for breakfast today.
Yeah.
I haven't had pistachio in so long.
Why are we not having pistachio?
Because I used up the entire bag.
You should
there
get
was
some.
a little bit left, and I used it up a couple weeks ago. Floyd says, hey. Heather says, good morning. Seagirl is on, so is Jessica. Lori says, morning. Already hot and muggy.
Oh, man.
Andy says, waiting for my chance to order the orange mango. Will be great as pudding.
Nice.
Red White says, good morning. Had a wonderful time with our family on our stay-home vacation, but back on the road now.
I'm glad you got to stay home with your fam.
Sean says, good morning. Chris and Miriam. Songbird is on as well.
Good morning.
So is Lori. And for my boys, Chris Jones is on.
Hi, Chris.
Carrie Brown says pistachio is lovely.
It is lovely.
The funny thing about the pistachio is it looks exactly the same as the lime because
it's the same color.
Aside from the flavoring, it's exactly the same.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. So I just keep reusing the same coloring setups. Anyway, Jerry says I need some pistachio too. Lily is on. So is Carla, and Songbird is having salted caramel this morning. Deanne says, yeah, pistachio is so good. It's the only one I can drink every single day and never get tired of. See, for me, that's chocolate.
I really like pistachio too, actually. I probably could drink that every day, but I haven't tried it yet. But guess what? This week we're doing lots of Keto Chow.
Yep.
So maybe we'll
first off, what's the flavor of the week?
Oh, the flavor of the week is natural strawberry Go Packs.
And let's see if I can do a live demonstration. So if you come in here and you order one of the natural strawberry Go Packs, when you go to your cart, it should pop up and say, any moment now.
It's there.
All right, there you go. Do you want to have Bolero sent to you? And you can hit no if you want.
Or you can say yes.
So, yeah, we're sending that out to the first 300 people, 300 orders.
Yep. Starting yesterday when we started the changeover.
Just the first 300 orders that are ordering the natural strawberry Go Packs.
Yeah. So. And the cool thing about Bolero is they are listening to the keto crowd because they used to have maltodextrin and they changed their sweetener. They eliminated the maltodextrin. It was awesome.
Not so much sweetener, but bulking agent. Yeah.
Yes, bulking agent. Whatever. They eliminated the maltodextrin.
That's
period.
Right. Vicky says, hello. Debbie says, this afternoon I will be pistachio with some caramel flavor drops.
Nice.
There will be caramel macchiato with coconut. Vicky says, I love the vanilla. Jerry did a 2-miler this weekend.
Nice.
Morning, sorry. CT wants to know, what is mocha supposed to taste like? I just tried to drink some I made last night, and I don't think I can tolerate it. It's supposed to taste like chocolate-y with some
coffee.
Yeah, it has instant coffee in it. So it's not a super strong coffee flavor, and it's not a super strong chocolate flavor. It's kind of a mild version of the two. Seagirl says salted caramel is awesome.
We're having salted caramel this week.
He says, loving this terrible Tuesday. Our AC froze up, so I'm sitting under the ceiling fan and waiting for it.
We've had that happen before too.
The what's it called? The filter, and turn it on just fan.
Yeah, it'll thaw really fast.
Because the hot air in your house will thaw it out, like it's going out of style.
We had that happen.
We have. Jerry says, I'm getting orange mango for breakfast in a bit.
Yeah.
Sean says, trying to text with heated rice pack on my neck. Wow.
Oh, man.
Glennis says, hi, everyone. Looks like we're going to get slapped by Tropical Storm Elsa here in the Gulf of Florida.
Oh, man. Be careful. Be safe.
Carrie says, oh, that was a very nice picture of a natural strawberry shake.
Oh, it was.
Carrie sent me an email, and I need to read it. It's going to take me a while to reply to that, Carrie. Debbie says, I ordered a Pioneer Woman old-fashioned ice cream maker, and it's being delivered tomorrow. So excited.
Pioneer Woman, so
Keto Chow. That's great.
I love that. Oh, you know what else Pioneer Woman is really great? Those spatulas.
Yes.
What are they called?
It's like the big something.
Shauna got them, but we love them because they're like this fat.
Well,
they're like a Camp Chef spatula, but they're pretty and cute.
They're not for like on a grill. They're for like
they're in the house
pan.
in a frying pan.
They're fantastic.
But
they're metal. They're
really
so
great, and they're so cute.
Have 2 of them.
They're so cute.
Chad says greetings. Lynn says good morning. All Mimi is on as well. He says when this is over, I will be seating while I do my DDPY yoga.
Nice.
Kristen says, morning, is there a mug cake recipe out there with Keto Chow? I can't find anything on your website. I think there is one. We had some mug cake recipes that we were selling along with a mug and a couple packets of Keto Chow.
Yep.
Those are currently off the website because of reasons. So we don't have those right now.
Yep. And we do have a different mug cake recipe on the site. So that's still good.
CT says, no coffee, no chocolate. Did I get a bad batch? It depends on what your definition of chocolate and coffee flavoring are. It is a very mild flavor, so I'm not sure. The best thing to do would be to contact our customer support people.
Yep. So and you can, if you give them the batch number too, we can look it up.
We do test every single batch. In fact, the people that you'll probably talk to, see, I personally don't like the mocha flavor at all. I don't like coffee. I think it smells like burnt popcorn, which is gross. So one of our customer support people, they're actually the one that tests the mocha batch. And so you might be getting direct contact with the person who verified the batch as tasting right. So Kathy says, happy Tuesday. MJ says.
And it's okay if you don't like it.
That's true.
Like that's okay. You don't have to like everything, right?
I don't like the mocha at all. Any of it. So there you go. MJ says, I made cinnamon coffee cake using vanilla Keto Chow in the crumb topping. Miriam doesn't like s'mores, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Jessica says, having old-fashioned chocolate Keto Chow today, then prepping some more for the next few days. Sean says, yes, it flips big, flat things well. The Pioneer Woman spatula. Rhonda says, good morning, Bears and Chow fam. Caramel macchiato hot and cold this morning.
Nice.
Jerry says, burnt popcorn for the win. Seagirl says, I like the mocha I recently received. Hayden says, I prefer chocolate or chocolate mint Keto Chow made with cold brew coffee instead of water. And Jerry likes the mocha. And he says he's weird.
That's okay.
Okay, so this week we went to the grocery store yesterday.
Yep.
And bought all the meats.
We bought a lot of meat.
Lots of pork chops. I told Miriam that if she wanted to know how to cook a pork chop, she just needs to call up our daughter, who uses Carrie Brown's pork chop cooking method.
Which I actually know how to cook a pork chop, so it's fine. But
she would think it was really cool.
I'll just say, hey, remind me how you do that again, as she asked me every
cold
time.
Pan. Anyway,
every time.
But we bought a bunch of different meats. With an emphasis on leaner meats, which it feels backwards
to me. But we're doing protein sparing modified fast for 4 days this week. So we're doing today and tomorrow. Then we'll have
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then
Thursday will be regular keto day. And then Friday and Saturday will be protein sparing modified fast day.
Now, as part of that, last night you were very nice and made up a bunch of Keto Chow.
Yes.
Now, you were doing 3 at a time with 30 grams of fat.
Yep, of butter.
Yep.
Melted butter. And it actually worked out good that I just put the empty blender on the scale and then poured melted butter into it up to the 30 grams so that it was a little easier to measure.
Yeah, 3 at a time, 30 grams, 10 grams each.
Yep.
There you go.
I did also put collagen in there, the Further Foods collagen.
Cool. Some more protein. Bring it on.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of interesting with the protein sparing modified fast. I need to get according to Maria's calculator, I think I need to get like 174 grams of protein on my protein sparing modified fast days.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. So I'm going to be using 3 keto chows with
Mm-hmm.
very little fat in it to get the majority of that. And then we're having smoked chicken
We're having
breasts
chicken breast for dinner.
today.
So I just have to get home by like 4, and then I'm going to cut them like we did when we were camping.
Oh, okay. You gonna
So-
brine them at all, or
No.
throw some salt on them?
Salt and pepper. Yeah. So here's our meal plan that you can't
Okay.
see very good. And today is keto chow for breakfast, keto chow for lunch, and then smoked chicken breast. And then tomorrow will be keto chow for breakfast, and then I got a filet steak for lunch. What are you gonna have for lunch? One of the same fillets or 2 fillets?
Which steaks are you talking about?
Just the leaner beef that we got.
We got ribeyes yesterday.
We got ribeyes, not for the protein sparing days.
I didn't see any other.
Then you were thinking of doing a pork chop, probably.
Probably.
Yeah. So we've got pork chops too. But he'll have to have 2 to get his protein, and I will just be fine with 1.
Okay. Wendy and Harry are also doing protein sparing modified fat.
Yeah,
It's
and they
kind
have
of
a
the
whole
cool thing to
calendar.
do.
I know, it's
right
new
now.
hotness.
Yeah, everyone's trying.
But I'm excited. And it's really good to start now because our 90-day challenge ended last week. It was on Saturday. So we're probably going to do measurements today. Holly, Lynette, and Jen and I will
I'm
probably
gonna
do
see
our
how big my head
measurements
is.
from the 90-day challenge. and then we'll have a good starting point because we'll have the measurements and the weight when we start at PSMF. So it'll be interesting to see how things go.
Speaking of how big my head is, we left my hat down.
You mean you left your hat?
Left my hat.
I'm sorry.
I drove down to the hardware store so that I could be there to open the gate for the people who were coming with the key.
Oh yeah, we helped.
And
some
I needed to
neighbors.
get rat poison and propane.
Yeah.
And by the time we got to the gate, someone else had already let them in.
That's okay.
It was okay.
You wanted to get that stuff anyway.
I did want to get that stuff anyway, but I didn't think we were
It
going to have
worked out.
time, and it all worked out.
And then we were able to do a really good clean of the trailer before we left.
Like wiping down the walls and
yeah,
stuff, right?
walls, sofa,
It's funny how
counter,
much dust that picks
cabinet.
up. Okay.
Yeah, especially since we didn't even drive it anywhere.
Debbie says that's the perfect thing about keto chow. There's such a variety of flavors. Something for everyone.
That's true.
Sean says, I love all things coffee. However, I like the caramel macchiato over the mocha. Go figure. Blue says, I like the mocha mixed with coffee, but I like most of the flavors that way, except for the fruity one.
I think that makes sense.
Annie says, I thought the mocha was good. Older Pennsylvania says, you might like it mixed with coffee or make a batch of 2 shakes with 1 mocha and 1 chocolate. Oh, so mixing them together.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So it's more chocolatey. Okay. Jessica says, I really like the mocha and I don't like coffee.
There you go.
Carrie says, you need to ask your butcher for Hatfield bone-in pork chops. Is that a specific cut? Hatfield.
We'll do that.
So like the Hatfields and the McCoys? I can remember that. I've got a mnemonic.
I can't remember that.
Mnemonic.
Okay.
Caden says iron deficiency anemia runs in my area. So as much as I enjoy tuna, I've had to change my supplemental lean protein to biltong.
Oh, yes. I actually need to remember I'm going to take the liver pills during my PSMF days.
Sounds good. Gina says, my second time on live, getting ready to make my first batch of ice cream in my new ice cream maker. Chocolate peanut butter. That's a great way to go. We don't have any chocolate peanut butter at home.
No.
The funny thing is, we every once in a while Amazon is silly. They will send us random products because they've determined that they are no longer saleable.
Even though the expiration date is way far away?
Yeah, and they're in perfectly fine quality. Well, one showed up that was chocolate peanut butter that was a return.
Oh, man.
And there was almost an Indian leg wrestling match.
Yeah, if I would have got involved, we would have got it.
Ben ended up getting it.
Yeah, we were nice.
It was pretty funny.
Like, is that peanut butter available? Can I have that?
Because, well, the employees can purchase stuff at a discount. And the stuff that's damaged, like legitimately damaged, like a slash cut through it, we can't actually sell that to the public. And anyway, so it's just so funny. If any peanut butter shows up, it's like, it's gone.
It's gone.
Debbie says, I'm interested in the protein sparing modified fast and trying to learn how to do that and what the difference is from keto. So the short version is, and I think Miriam talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, I did.
Short version is you drop down the fat that you're eating, but you actually increase the protein.
Yep.
And that's actually about it. You're doing it anywhere from 2 to 4 times in a week. And it can help you with stalls. It can help you to rapidly lose weight. But it's more of the sort of thing that you pulse rather than do a sustained thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're giving it a try.
We're going to see how it goes.
Let's see. Older Pennsylvania says someone was posting about how our body not being able to process a certain amount of protein at a time, but they did not say what expert they were referencing. I have heard that before,
a lot.
and I've heard that is bunk.
So the thing that was scary in the past was that people thought that you would turn protein into sugar, right?
Yep.
And Ben Bickman came out with a talk, which you can find,
Yeah.
that said that's not going to happen. Your body will put protein where it needs to go, and it has to use that protein. And if you think about the oxidative priority, like what you're going to burn first is going to be alcohol, then it's going to be carbohydrate or ketones. I get those two mixed up. Those two. And then it's going to be protein, and then it's going to be fat. So if you eliminate all those other variables, the only thing you're putting in your body is protein. It's going to use that protein, and then what's it going to go to next? The fat that you already have.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that the protein-sparing modified fast would work because you're eliminating all these other variables.
Yep. And we did have, so if you go to ketosaltlake.com, it takes you to the page for the Keto Salt Lake
the
live
long
stream
one,
that we
yeah.
did. And right here
Are you sure?
I am.
Okay.
This is Craig Emmerich's video about protein-sparing modified fasts, where he goes into extensive detail about how to do it. So I'll post that to the chat. Okay. Carrie Brown says not a cut. They are a style made by the Hatfield family pig farm.
Oh, cool.
Okay, let's see. Okay, where am I at?
I don't know.
Here we are. This says, I look at sweating as my electrolytes escaping.
That's right. Why do they think they can escape?
Gideon says, Carrie Brown convinced me that the ultimate biohacking tool is an electronic scale because of the 0 button. Yeah, the tear button.
Yeah.
So nice.
It's so magic.
Holly Leg had to get off because of a conference call.
Oh.
Holly says, bottom roast cut into steaks is what I got. See, we didn't get any of that.
Yeah, we didn't get that.
Nope.
So we didn't want to cut it.
Lou says, I get hungry again faster when eating leaner meats. Does that happen to you? So this is
what we're going to try.
We're trying it. It will be interesting to see how it goes.
And then what I already promised to myself, because I feel like I have to give myself realistic expectations. If I'm hungry, I'm going to eat more lean meat. I'm not going to stress if I go over my protein goal, because if I'm hungry, I'm going to eat something. But I'm going to check in with myself and not just eat it because it's in my face. I'm only going to eat it if I'm hungry.
Jerry says, "Oh darn, only 2 pork chops. Oh the humanity."
I know, right? No butter either.
Matt wants to know what's the best resource to read more about protein-sparing modified fats. Yes, Maria
and Craig.
They have books.
So this is the book that I've been reading.
They have the website and
it
all
has
sorts
mostly recipes, but it does have one page about it. But they have multiple videos on their website, and then they have a lot of free recipes that have like a protein sparing option. So the one that we made on Saturday, that was the flag cake, that was brand new, that had a protein sparing option, and it's just, instead of like the cream cheese as the topping, it was cream cheese with sweetener. It was the egg pudding without the chocolate as the topping, which would be super yummy.
And a protein sparing modified fast isn't necessarily for everyone.
Yeah.
It'd be more for people that are doing stuff and not getting the success that they want. So
to maybe try.
But also, it may not be for you. I don't know.
It may not be for us.
We'll see. We'll have to see.
We'll see how it goes.
It'll be interesting to see how it goes. But a lot of people kind of recognize the Emmerichs as kind of the experts in the field.
Well, and Maria's been doing it way before protein sparing was even a thing, and she called it Pure Protein Days. And so,
okay.
So in her books in the history, she talks about pure protein days, and what she means is pure lean protein days, which Bronson Dant, I mean, that's essentially how he lives.
Yeah.
He just eats lean meat all the time, and he's still in ketosis. He's just keeping himself super lean.
It can be the fat on your plate or the fat on your neck. So
Right.
I'll be eating this right here today.
Me too.
Oh, well, that says Wendy made Maria's egg pudding using lemon meringue keto chow. I can't wait to try it.
Yay!
Andrew says I added Greek yogurt to my keto chow for probiotics.
That's awesome.
Lori says, thinking about using keto chow for PSMF, is there a limit of total carbs? So generally speaking with PSMF, there is a limit on total carbs. I am not concerned about the total carbs in keto chow.
Yep.
I've said this before, and I am very happy to say it again. The reason why I'm not concerned is because the majority of the total carbs in keto chow is acacia gum fiber. It's not a fiber that's being used as a sweetener. It's not playing the fiber game, using a sweetener syrup to change the texture or anything like that. It is a fiber that your gut bacteria actually turns into short chain fats. It doesn't increase blood glucose. It doesn't cause any issues like that. It just keeps the fat, if there is any, mixed into keto chow really well. So I don't count it towards my total carbs. If it's acacia gum or xanthan gum, I just ignore it as far as total carbs go.
Yep. But
That's
we are
me.
not you. You can choose to do whatever you want. And keeping total carbs in the back of your brain is still a really good idea.
And usually with a protein sparing modified fast day, she recommends 10 total carbs a day. Do you know how to get 10 total carbs with 30 grams of fat and 176 grams of protein?
Just lean meat.
Just lean meat.
Pretty much tuna fish, right?
Well, there's going to be a lot of chicken breast. There's going to be a lot of lean beef. So
yep.
It's
so the other thing is
decisive.
We may get bored with it. We may get bored with it, and we may get tired of it. And that's okay. And that's what's so nice about having it like the 2 days and then 1 and then 2 and 1. And then maybe the week after Joe and Rachel leave, we'll do 3 in a row and then none more. So it'll just be something that we're going to play with for a while, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Yep. Let's see. Angela says, I love the mocha. I had a half scoop of Equip Prime chocolate protein. Right now I'm having a half scoop of caramel macchiato in my cup.
Yay!
And CT asked about the 10 grams on 10 total carbs on PSMF. Sean says, I'm getting more umbrellas for my fun summer keto shakes.
Oh.
Little umbrellas. Lane says, chocolate peanut butter makes an excellent ice cream. Yes, it does.
It does.
Angela says, chocolate peanut butter ice cream is wonderful. Add a few peanuts to it. Well, that sounds terrible.
That sounds amazing.
Bianca says, I love chocolate toffee. When will it be back in stock?
Oh, we're not sure.
So and we've talked about this before. Actually, there was a Reddit thread about this, and I said it's something that we've talked about on the last couple of live streams, but I'm happy to talk about it again.
Yeah.
There was a production problem with the magnesium that we're using. Dimagnesium malate, if you want to get specific. It was out of stock. Unavailable. They said 6 months before we have it.
No, we can't not have this for 6 months.
No. So we got where?
Is it right here? It's right
there.
It
is right there. So the same stuff that makes the magnesium drops.
We got that in powdered form.
We did some extensive testing with it. It took 2 weeks for us to fully vet it out.
Yeah, which is actually pretty fast.
Yeah. So tested great. We could advertise that version of Keto Chow comes with trace minerals, but we're not going to bother with that. Just like the savory flavors of Keto Chow have a lot of collagen in them. I don't advertise that either because whatever. But so that is all approved and everything like that, but that was just before the holiday weekend.
So,
and I don't know that they've gone into production.
If they've got the shipment of it, they probably aren't.
So to answer your question, when will it be back in stock? We don't know.
Hopefully a couple of weeks.
But hopefully a couple of weeks.
But we also don't like to say that out loud because then maybe it won't be that.
Yeah, and that's why, for instance, somebody asked earlier, when is the orange mango going to be available? When it's ready, unfortunately.
Yep.
We never put stuff on sale until we have it in our grubby hands and we've tested it out. Just like the mocha, we test every single batch to make
Yep.
sure that it's correct.
We do indeed.
Blaine says, greeting bears from colorful
Hi,
Colorado.
Blaine.
Elder Pennsylvania says, my local grocery store has 10 hard-boiled eggs that cost less than a dozen eggs. Pick up 2 bags to make pudding with.
Yes.
And don't forget, you can make the pudding with scrambled eggs.
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing is with the PSMF, if you wanted to make the pudding, you can use the egg whites. So we bought, it just feels weird, buying egg whites in the carton so that we can do some of those PSMF recipes.
And it was cheaper at Costco if your Costco has it available.
Than Lucky's, which is where we got them for both.
Let's
Sam's
see.
Club is out.
This is trying to buy peanut flour, but shipping is very high. Yes,
Oh,
it is.
yeah, sorry.
We actually buy it by the 50-pound bag.
Not everybody can do that.
I know. Well, anybody can buy from them. The minimum order quantity is a 50-pound bag, and they'll ship it to you by UPS.
Oh,
Just
so you could
the
if you
bag.
want to.
I don't
Here you
even know
go.
if they put a box
Although
on it.
we have gotten bags that have had forklifts in them.
We have.
Send
Jerry
that back.
says I saw highfalutin low carb do a Maria Emmerich bourbon chicken shootout. No bourbon in that
Nice.
recipe, and it looks amazingly delicious. Want to try that in the Blackstone?
Yeah.
I still want to try the drop biscuits on the Blackstone. I think that would work really well. Julie says the Emmerichs are awesome to watch. Let's see. Two Crazy Ketos is on. Lori says walking and talking. Patsy's on from Blackfoot, Idaho. And Sean says you can get peanut flour at Trader Joe's. You just have to make sure that it doesn't have
It doesn't
sugar
have
in it.
weird stuff in it.
Carrie says, and pork chops are lower in fat than other cuts of meat. That is true. And I would be remiss if I didn't point out what Dr. Ballerstedt likes to point out. If you are choosing to buy grass-fed, grass-finished beef because you like the flavor more, that is just great. Don't get it because it has more omega-3s.
Because it doesn't.
Because it doesn't.
Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of omega-6 in chicken and in pork. And if you eat any chicken or pork during the year, just a couple servings of each will completely offset anything that you might have gotten by getting more omega-3s from grass-fed, grass-finished beef. So don't eat grass-fed, grass-finished beef because
of the omega-3s.
if you're eating any bacon. But yes, I almost got pork chops when we went to Texas Roadhouse last night. But everybody else was getting prime rib.
I know.
And I'm like, The funny thing is, they actually came out, because all 4 of us got prime rib, and they don't have to cook that. They came out with it like...
right after our salads.
Yeah,
so we have a salad, and I'm like, I wanted to eat my salad.
Yep.
For
Julie
dessert,
says,
apparently.
Julie says, I would do it today. Sonia says, over easy eggs atop a lean pork chop was yummy.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Rhonda says, I have the opposite effect with lean meat. I'm not really hungry. Yesterday was my PSMF day, and I had to force myself to eat dinner. Large pork chop for lunch with egg whites and 1 egg did it for me.
Nice.
And
that's what I'm anticipating. I just want to have a contingency plan for myself, for my mental health.
The one interesting thing about all of that is now remember, with a protein-sparing modified fast, you're still in a ketotic state. You're still in a ketogenic state, and you are still consuming fat. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
You're just not eating the fat with your mouth. You're pulling it out of reserves. So, yeah.
Which is so cool.
Julie says, I didn't know mocha had caffeine and coffee in it. Yeah, it's got 95 milligrams of caffeine added to it for a grand total of about, I think it's 105 or something like that. Debbie said, and speaking of which, caramel macchiato, on the other hand,
has no caffeine and no coffee.
That's correct. Debbie says, thank you so much for this information. I'm taking notes and it's super helpful. CT says 10 grams of fat in Keto Chow to get the nutrition. So as far as we can tell, it's a minimum of 10 grams of fat to be able to absorb the
vitamins. And it's the vitamins that we're worried about. The minerals, you'll always be able to get the minerals from Keto Chow. You can get the minerals from the daily minerals or whatever. You can't
Some of them do work better in conjunction with fat and some vitamins, like the calcium and stuff like that. But Okay, and says 3 years ago, PSMF messed with my skin. The IRB, his wife, pulled the plug on that one. That is interesting. Songver says everything is a personal choice. Yes.
Yep, it sure is.
MJ says, thanks for doing the free keto conference. I think that's where I heard Craig Emmerich's talk.
Oh, nice.
Ronna says, chicken breast is juicy when you cook it in an air fryer. When it's half the way done, wrap it in foil and the remainder cooking time. So juicy.
Oh, I bet that's good.
We're going to do it in the smoker tonight.
Yeah.
Candace says, hi, all Keto Chow family. I eat lime, Keto Chow for breakfast. Misty says, just learning of Keto Chow, and I see other shakes out there like 310. They have a lot of carbs in one shake for me.
Yep.
They do. Now, and just to be clear, we talked about this just a second ago, but Keto Chow does have acacia gum fiber in it. So that does show up as quite a bit of total carbs. Acacia gum will be metabolized by your gut bacteria into short chain fats. And we do have a really interesting page on our website where we compare Keto Chow to other shakes. The short version is Keto Chow is designed to be a complete meal. Like everything you need plus whatever fat you decide to add. So it's not designed to be a snack replacement. I guess you can use it as that, but it's designed to be, this is a meal. It's competing with going to Wendy's and getting a bunless burger and eating that, and then going and getting another one because you weren't very full from eating the first one. So, anyway.
Although bunless burgers are amazing.
Yeah, that's true. Blaine says licorice camping fear factor for Joe. Blue says drinking caramel macchiato mixed with snickerdoodle and coffee. By the way, you're late for your meeting.
I'm late.
Tuna loves Songbird. Songbird loves tuna salad.
Yeah, we're gonna have tuna salad.
Cadence says the phrase I've heard is making virtue of necessity, and thank you for not stepping on that with the contains trace minerals or excellent source of collagen. Yes. Jerry says one thing I noticed with pina colada and with orange mango, I noticed some of the powders are a little more sticky to the bag versus a single pack. Is this due to new packaging? I think it's actually due to the relative humidity the day that they're packaged.
Yeah.
So here in Utah, it's really dry. And I think that for instance, the pina colada.
It's going through a machine too, so then it's building up that static.
Yeah. But I think that it was super dry the day the pina colada was packaged. And so it's
like
more
stuck
powdery
to the sides.
Yeah.
Super puffy.
Lenny says, I'm a bit of a data nerd and I want to see how PSMF affects me over time. Do you have any tips for data collection?
I don't know.
Taking measurements, putting everything in the chronometer, probably the best things to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. Leanne says, good morning, Keto Chow families and bears. Thank you for your continued motivation and for inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, Heather says we're getting another whole cow, $2 a pound plus promises. Just got another freezer.
So awesome.
Jerry says pork chops are my spirit animal. Jessica went to the Texas Roadhouse last night and had a full rack of ribs with no barbecue sauce.
Yum.
Blue Dove says I saw Dr. Siwas speak on Meat RX Nutrition with Judy. He mentioned that he sees issues with processing excess nitrogen in carnivores sometimes. Lowering fat and leaner meats can help.
Okay, well that's interesting.
That is
Thank you for sharing that.
Pamela says hello from Canada. Just ordered your subscription box yesterday. Nice. By the way, we do have a local distributor in Canada, which is Switch Grocery. They unfortunately do not have the
subscription box, though. Yes.
Let's see. Jerry says, I saw that Dr. Siwas is now confirmed for the low carb cruise. I was going to say that, but Jerry's got my back.
Jerry's got it.
Well, says that sounds awesome, Heather. I worry about not being able to, not being good meat when I think about buying so much at once. Yeah. Marla says, if I'm taking a vitamin D supplement in an oil pill, does that count towards 10 grams of fat? It probably will. But you need to figure out how many grams is in that. There's maybe 2 or 3, depending on the size of the pill. It should tell you how many calories are in the pill, and you can divide that by 9 to figure out how many grams of fat there are. Deanne says electrolytes are what I was interested in, but the meals are awesome and have the minerals in them.
Yep.
Just as plain in this licorice. Ron says I made chicken soup with bone broth and chicken breast and add a small amount of cauliflower rice and broccoli. So delicious.
Nice.
My PSMF soup.
Nice. We're gonna do that tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow. We're gonna do chicken soup.
Blaine finally got his chow club. It was delivered. He had it delivered to a friend's house.
I'm sorry.
Finally got it. Laura says our freezer lost power long enough for our half cow share isn't safe anymore. I still had a lot left. I cried.
I would cry too.
Pamela says,
Sorry.
I'd love to see celery, mushroom, and broccoli keto chow soup. So we're not going to make any additional flavors of keto chow because we made the
He means soup.
beef. Oh, yeah, sorry. We made the unflavored beef soup base because we were coming up with all these ideas and testing them out, like with a flavoring, wasn't the same as actually having the stuff in there. And so we're like, oh yeah, we could add this and we could add that. And I'm like, why don't we just
Or we
make one
could
that
just make the plain. So
doesn't
it's
have
just the
flavor?
beef protein.
It's got all the vitamins, it's got all the minerals, it's got the beef protein in it, but you can add that stuff to it and make it clam chowder. You can make it beef soup. You can add the beef soup to beef, and it makes an amazing gravy. Like literally, I will take a chunk of beef and stick it in the crock pot and walk
Just
away
put the stuff on
and
top.
come back,
Yeah.
shred it up, and dump some of the beef soup keto chow on it. And it makes this nice thick gravy, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, which you could easily do celery, mushroom, and broccoli in the beef soup, and that would be yummy.
Yep. Pamela says, I also ordered the starter bundle from Switch. Nice.
Nice.
Melissa says, I need a rancher friend. Oh, the farmer and the cattleman should be friends.
Yeah.
All right. Blaine says, the two crazy ketos, I troll you out of love, my friend. All right. Well, you're late for your meeting. So
Okay.
we got to go. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Tonight, we are going to be doing a live stream with Carol Ann McCann. She has been working with intensive dietary management and the fasting method, and now she is doing a teaching families how to incorporate ketogenic
Low
lifestyles and fasting into the family. Because a lot of people have problems, are your kids doing keto? Well, how do you fit that into your family dynamics? So anyway, yeah, that'll be tonight
fun.
at 9:15 Eastern.
Yep.
So
Everybody have a great day.
bye-bye.